Hello, my garden friends. This is Jersey Shore Lisa from MyNJGarden.com. Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas Day 2021, and my composting game just leveled up. Now listen, you can compost anywhere. Anyone can do it. It doesn't have to be expensive at all. There are many ways to do it without spending any additional cash toward composting, and I have done that for many years. I usually collect all my food scraps in a bucket, an OXO bucket. Let me get it, I'll show you. I usually collect my compost food scraps in this. This is really gross, there's actually food scraps in there right now. And that sits on my kitchen counter. But today, I unwrapped a gift from my husband to upgrade my compost game. It's basically like getting diamond armor in a game. So this is called the Vitamix Foodcycler FC-50. And it's a machine that kind of looks like a bread maker, like about that size. And I'll be able to plug it in and add food scraps to the machine. You can run it multiple times a day. Supposedly it's really quiet. There's a motor involved. You fill up a bucket with food scraps, and the food scraps that you can put in are things that I generally wouldn't compost, because all I do when I generally compost is collect my food scraps indoors and then take them to my outdoor compost piles, and the decomposition process happens out there. So some of the things I don't add are dairy or bones to my compost pile because I don't want to attract pests or rodents or critters to my pile on my property. But this you actually can add dairy to, and you can add bones, chicken bones to it, which I think is really interesting. I think it takes a lot of the decomposition process and actually does it in the house. And then you can add it to your garden beds outside or to your houseplants even. So yeah, this is going to be really cool, and I'm very excited about adding this to my lineup of gardening products. And take a look at what's included in the package. Let's start reducing food waste. You fill up the bucket with food scraps, place it in the Foodcycler, and press the button. Let's see, there's some kind of a lid here. Interesting packaging. I think I could probably compost that. I compost everything I can. Okay, there's a lid. I know there are removable filters involved with this. I think that's kind of the consumable that goes along with this product. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Ooh, that is really fancy looking. So let's take a closer look at this really cool looking machine. Looks like you can unlock it. There's a bucket in there with all kinds of components. And there's the lid. I'm gonna have to read through the manual and check that out and see how it works. Do not open the lid during a cycle.
No shit, Sherlock.
Allow the Foodcycler to cool before opening the lid. It cooks the stuff.
Should probably go
Okay, so these are the filter caps. These were inside of the bucket. And I took the back panel off. Told me to take the back panel off, like so. And there were stickers on top of these filters, so I had to take those off. And now I have to put these filter caps on top of each of the filters. And now and that part's done. We're doing the setup while we have eggnog on Christmas. Cheers. So this is the inside of the bucket. And you can see like it turns around and there's, I don't know if this is not sharp. Dehydrate it because it's going to get heated up. And then it's going to grind it. And then there's a cooling cycle. The grinding cycle can last 3 to 6 hours. So it's definitely a lengthy process. And then the cooling cycle is like 35 minutes. It's definitely going to kind of take all day to do a bucket of this. And the bucket is metal. It's kind of a heavy thing. So when you're filling up the bucket, it has this, just this, like there's a filter in here so that it's not stinky as you're collecting your food waste. And then you fill up the bucket during the day and then you're ready to run your cycle, right? So you bring it over to the machine and you have your food waste and you drop it in and then you kind of set it and forget it and let it go. And there's little indicator lights that say where you're at in the cycle. So I'm gonna fill up this bucket with food waste that I've been collecting and get started. This is food waste that I've been collecting for the last day. There's some peels, vegetable peels and eggshells. Okay. So now the food waste is inside the bucket. And the same thing with this bucket. There's like a little arrow that you have to line up and you have to make sure that and when it's sitting the way it should be, you can't twist it. It's locked in kind of. And then you have the handle and that fits perfectly down there so that you know it's in the correct way. And then this is the processing lid, but this is the lid that fits on top of the machine. So again, there's a little arrow and you line it up with the unlock and then you twist it to lock. And now you just press the power button. And now it's going. And it says that the cycle can take anywhere from 3 to 8 hours. So now we just wait. You can hear it. It is pretty quiet. Now that we've done it in the evening, we probably won't see the finished product until tomorrow. So join me again for my next video tomorrow when we see the finished product of the compost making machine from Vitamix. And we'll be able to add that as a soil amendment that's going to help improve the soil structure and plant growth and water holding capacity and all the lovely things that finished compost does. So join me again tomorrow and let's take a look at how it turns out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Merry Christmas.